Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, as always, my great co-host. First off, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Good. I just hope I don't hang up on accident again.
Don't be pushing no buttons.
I was trying to press mute, and I pressed the red button.
The red means danger. Do not push.
Okay, red, bad.
Red, bad. What color is your mute button? Blue?
It's blue.
Okay, blue is goo. Red is bad.
Blue is cute.
What's been happening?
Oh my goodness. Busy week, as always.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of stuff to do, and we're supposed to go out this weekend. I hear it's supposed to be nice.
Okay.
And it's just one of those things where we haven't been out of the house in forever, and something comes up, the weekend you want to do something.
That's so typical, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if I can not, postpone it. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
You haven't made that decision. Okay.
But I need to get out. I really do. I hate this time of year.
It's killing
just
you.
To be able to be out there is relaxing.
It's really getting to you bad, ain't it?
Well, yeah. Things are just starting to pile up again.
You can tell. I could hear it in your voice. It's like it's really rough on Kathleen when she don't get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, especially when you're busy. So it's still in the air, I guess.
Okay. Well, let me know what you guys do if you guys go, or what it have not, whatever,
Well, we will.
You know what
But it's good to be here. This is one of the breaks that I get to, be on the show and just chill.
And do your news and your fun facts.
Do my news.
All that good stuff that everybody looks forward to every Wednesday night.
And I do have some stories.
Nice. Stories.
Story time.
It's story time.
Awesome. Can't wait. Looking forward to it like always. I know we all are, the listeners, the whole crew. We always enjoy dredging up the news with Kathleen Biffle. Always a great...
Well, I enjoy dredging it up.
I think you do. I've seen your pictures yesterday that you posted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was working on it, and there's no personal space with German Shepherd dogs,
right.
I'll tell you that.
But they were assisting you, so,
Yeah, so...
helping you point out good stories to tell tonight, so that is a good thing. It's cool. You, like I said, you're devoted to this and to your prospecting, and that's really cool. We are glad to have you and honored to have you, Kathleen. That's for sure. Oh, thank you.
I got a warm fuzzy.
Oh, good. All right. Well, like I said, I look forward to hearing the news tonight, and thank you for being here, Kathleen.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Also joining us tonight, we got our very own Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing fine. Are you chomping at the bit as much as Kathleen?
No, not really.
I don't think so. I think Kathleen's got.
I got to get my dreads done first.
Oh, then you'll be. Yeah, I think.
I don't think he wants to ruin that paint job.
No, I think when he gets it home,
I ain't worried about that. I just want to get it done.
Mm-hmm. And then when it's all together, sitting there looking all pretty, then he'll be.
Then I'll be ready.
Ready.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Do you got a cover for the dredge box so your paint doesn't?
No, but I was thinking about it.
Oh, like a car cover type deal, Shad?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea, Rich.
It is a pretty good job, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd hate for you.
I got the floats in the shop now.
Oh, the floats are in
there
there
now.
now?
In the truck and something falls on it, it's ruined.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you need
I was thinking about one of the grill covers or something,
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, a grill cover would probably work great.
Just put like a string through it or whatever. And...
Mm-hmm. Something you can just pull it tight, cover it up, done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a marketing thing. Does that even exist, like a dredge cover?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Nobody makes one.
I have never seen one.
Jeez.
Why would you put out this idea on air?
Yeah,
You could have made millions.
Chad, hurry up and make one, buddy.
Yeah, the floats are in the shop now, and I did actually have a hole in one of my floats.
Did you patch it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So what'd you use?
Yep.
Just epoxy?
Nope. Plastic welder.
Oh, a plastic welder. How'd that work?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
It works cool. I've never used
Yeah.
one.
Got to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Some fancy tools.
Man.
I had a slice on the side of it, probably about 2 inches down from the top at one of the seams. There was a gouge in it there, like something sharp caught it.
Uh-huh.
And then it started to travel along the seam a little bit. Started to be a little crack there. So I basically just took the... what?
You don't think it was from pushing it up on that trailer from last year, do you?
No, because it still had water in it.
All right.
Okay.
Had a little bit of water in it.
But the plastic welder, huh?
Yeah, so basically I just tried to get as much water out as I could. I took basically almost like iron for like you're doing soldering. It's like a soldering iron stick basically with a paddle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just basically heated up the plastic and melted the plastic back together and welded the seam back together, and then just took some, they give you the plastic strips. I just took one of those strips and melted it over top of it and smoothed it in, and
I'll be darned.
now we're going to sand it and then paint it. So it's in the paint shop now.
Oh, man, that's a good idea.
I can say my wife's got one of them. Well, them there welders called a glue gun.
Oh, a hot glue gun.
It's kind of similar to a glue gun. That years and years ago, Matco used to make one that was almost just like a glue gun.
Right.
They were like $100-some, but now you can get them for like $20 at Harbor Freight, and then they sell another one for like $70 at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, you notice how stuff like that got cheaper.
Yeah. We used to use them on radiators for in cars, the plastic radiators, and then the plastic fan shrouds. We used to use them on that to fix them.
That's a good idea. That might be something you want to just have in your little arsenal of tools anyway.
Groove it out and melt it in. That's all you got to do.
Strange. I'm looking at having one of them. It could be a smart little item to have, with these floats and stuff. Something to think about, especially for $20.
Yeah.
Right.
Really
They're not
cheap.
really
No
that much.
kidding, yeah.
Heck yeah. I mean, that's something you take with you every time you go, because it can happen. You could drag a hole in the bottom of it, and it'd be like, duct
I'm
tape.
not checking into that, Rich. That's a good idea.
Harbor Freight.
Well,
huh,
I mean,
Rich?
if you're going up a creek and if you think about it, there could be like a fence post, any
Sure.
piece of trash metal
Anything.
sticking out of the ground. Yeah, it could cut it.
It definitely wouldn't hurt to have one in your
Look
little...
at that. We have
toolkit.
so many good ideas tonight.
This must be like Idea Night Wednesday or something.
We're just brainstorming away.
What they call that, the think tank?
Yes, the think tank, Scott. Think tank Wednesdays.
Yes, that's all I'm doing, basically. All
Awesome, brother. Well, we're glad you made it tonight.
right, thanks for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. Also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Barbecue himself, Scott Swiftwater Toney. How are you, Scott?
Hey, that's what I'm a digging. That
That's
barbecue
right,
gold.
brother.
It makes that green.
That's
it's been
right.
it's been a
BBQ.
yeah. I mean, it's been It's been really fun. I actually work that store by myself right now because we probably will have a good 150, 200 customers a day, but I just take it in stride and just 1, 2, 3 and get them out the door and but I love having fun with the people that come in because we opened up, like I said, 2 days before Christmas, so people were just starting to come back around that particular shopping mall, and they're like, "Where'd you come from?" Because they've never seen us there, and all of a sudden, we just we're open, and now we haven't did any advertising yet until this next month. Is we're gonna do the money mailer coupon. So it's really funny to see people there and their reactions. When they walk by, like, where did you open and where did you come from?
Right.
Because they just never seen us there. But it's word of mouth's doing pretty good. Now I work a lot of hours, but I make the money for it, and then I also do it for friends.
Right.
Peter and Carson's pretty good guys, and I don't mind working for them. And plus, like I said, we don't have any water, so to speak, to be dredging or anything like that. And I'm not going to be doing the dry washing thing this year. It just wrecks you. Dry washing is a young man's game, or if you're doing something where it's kind of easily obtained better than what I do it. Because we do it down in the creek banks itself, so we're hitting big round rock and stuff like that. Now I'm sure if I was in quartzsite where I was digging in the sand, and you could just take the top layer and then go around and take the top layer again and go down inch by inch and do it that way, I'd probably be doing it then. But just to be digging between the rocks and stuff, and then you got to move tire sized rocks out of your hole, I just don't want to do it. I mean, I love gold, but nah, not for me.
Right. Just wait for the water. Keep doing what you're doing right now. Wait for the water and go out and get your share for the year, and you'll be fine, right?
Yeah, well, I look at it both ways. I make money digging gold, and I make money doing this.
That's right.
So I put it, I get myself in the mindset that this is me digging gold, and I'm still pulling the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I work a little bit more hours, but I don't get tired like I was when I was digging gold. You work till 3:30, 4 o'clock. You're like, it's time to go home.
Right.
Here you can work until 6 or 7 and be, still comfortable.
Right. Yeah,
So,
you're not beat down.
No. So,
Physically.
you get weights and measures.
Yeah, you're a little tired because you've been on your feet all day, but you ain't been chucking boulders all day either. So.
And that there is a big, there is a big difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Oh, I've went home. I went back to camp sometimes. I'm like, man, my arms feel like rubber bands. Your back and the thighs hurt from lifting these things out all day.
Mm-hmm.
And,
this is true, man. So
just hire Shad or Kathy.
Yeah.
Or Carrie.
What's that?
Hire Carrie or Shad. Because Carrie, I've seen her pick and lift up dredge, and Shad, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, we always, sometimes you don't really hurt. But you did something during the day. But then you think back, you're doing something that nobody else can actually go out and do because of, working 9 to 5 and this and family and stuff like that. You can't go out and just say, I'm a gold digger and just start doing it full time. But I've been doing it full time 6 months for, I don't know how many years now. Not over 10, but long enough.
Sure.
And it's just, like I said, it's just neat if you feel that, and trust me, you guys out there in Radio Land, if you ever went dry washing before, you would know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, just think of high banking with no water.
Pretty much.
And it's rough, I'm telling you.
So,
but you feel, like I said, you get a little pains and aches at the end of the day, but when you think back of what you did and how you did it, and you reflect on the day and who you was with, I think it all makes sense then.
It does. Well, Scott, we're glad you made it tonight, brother, as always, and we want to thank you for being here. And
Thank you.
Oh, you are very welcome. And last but not least, the man. He needs no introduction. The Indiana Gold Hunter himself, Dennis Goosefraba Dayton. How are you tonight, Dennis?
What the heck? Hey, instead of calling it the think tank, instead of like the Shark Tank on TV where they have a shark, we call it the crony tank.
The crony tank?
Crony tank.
That works.
The idea is it had a picture of a shark, but had a picture of Ed flexing his muscles,
There you go. That would work. The crony tank. That's our think tank, is the crony tank. I like it. What's happening, Dennis Dayton?
Nothing. Trying to get used to day shift.
Mm-hmm. That's
it. And, it's different. It's been quite a long time since I've actually been on days.
It'll take you some time to get used to. Probably a couple weeks, right? I bet.
Getting up at 6 or 6:30 is...
for the birds.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Thank goodness I only live 5 minutes away from work. If I had to get up any earlier, I'd be saying, no, put me back on nights.
Oh, you would?
Probably.
Oh.
But even when I'm out, anybody that knows me, when I'm when I go out dredging for the week. I'm not in the creek first thing in the morning.
No.
Maybe every once in a great while I am, but I'm more like of a afternoon, late evening kind of a guy.
Yeah, you're like
even when I deer hunt, I every once in a while I'll get up super early and go deer hunting, but most of the time I'm the afternoon and evening hunter.
That would be you. Or we like the early mornings for us, I guess, because we're just used to getting up early.
Yeah, we're used to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I only live 5 minutes away from work, but I get up at 5:30.
Yeah, see?
I'd be smashing alarms on that.
That's because I live in a congested area, and if you don't hit the road at just the right time.
Yep.
Oh, I know. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
I remember that day we were over there, and we were just going to, what was it, CVS or Walgreens or something?
Yeah.
It was just 3 blocks or 4 blocks from your house or
It's
something.
crazy down
It
there.
And Shad just jumped right in front of traffic. I thought I was going to die. And like, what are you doing? You just got to be aggressive. I'm like,
You
holy
just gotta drive like that.
Yeah, in Columbus, yeah, you do. It's sad, but it's true. It's like, God, I hate going down there to drive. It's
And I always have it timed just right when I leave work, too.
girl.
Like, when to go out, and there won't be congested getting out of here.
Yep.
But if you wait, like,
5 minutes.
5 minutes, it's a disaster, and you're better off just staying there at work until
Yeah.
6:30.
You're right. Yeah.
And I know, and you guys have like 6 lanes of traffic on each side of the road, and it's like bumper to bumper.
It's ridiculous. You know,
Crazy.
it's like, I swear, the worst freeway system there is in
Let's
Columbus,
just say I
Ohio.
can't wait to move.
I bet. Just to get away from
There
that.
will not be this,
No.
like, where I live anyway.
Heck
I may
no.
still have to work and go to, drive somewhere, but
Mhm. But you won't have to deal with that crap, and that's what's good about it.
Yeah.
So, Dennis, if it's nice this weekend, you going out this weekend, or any plans?
Well, I'm kicking it up. I'm kicking it up about going with Shad and Kathleen
Mm-hmm.
and the gang.
Oh, cool. That'd be good.
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I'm sure.
What's it? You
That'd
guys,
be fun.
your guys' temperature's still above 40 up there, right?
Not now, no.
Well, we
It
had a
snowed
dusting
today.
of snow, but it's supposed to warm up in the 50s.
Yeah, we had a
Oh,
dusting
okay.
today, but it's supposed to get up in the 50s by
Saturday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Friday, actually.
Friday.
Yeah.
so 50s prime dredging time.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I know.
Waiters, yeah.
There you go. Dennis, I think you should go.
Oh, I definitely want to. I mean, after last Sunday, just getting that what little bit I got, and the gold popping out right off on the top, I'm like, oh, that just made of course, it kind of helped calm the itch, but then it turned into a big old rash. It was itching everywhere. now.
Right?
Yep.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I should have just stayed on the couch last weekend instead of
Oh, yeah.
just venturing out. And
Makes it worse, don't it?
Mhm.
it does.
Yeah, she went and got that pan wet, and
We got to break the ice.
and it started again. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she probably would have been better off if she would have stayed at home. It would have been easier not to go then this week if something
And I
came
didn't
out.
even find gold, and I still want to go out.
Mhm.
It almost would have been better if I would have just not did it.
Right, you
That
would
way I
be.
just had a little bit of an itch.
Mm-hmm. But now it's a full-blown rash, like you said.
It is.
And it needs scratching. So you guys...
But I tell you what was really cool, and the audience I had was amazing, because there was some people that don't, they don't have cable, and the ones that are listening tonight, hopefully I got a few people that are listening tonight, and I live streamed it. I did the live Curse of Oak Island last night, and even some people from across the pond in other countries, they don't actually get to watch it until Sunday. So they got to watch the whole episode. Man, they were thanking me, and
Oh, wow.
Really?
it was awesome. Oh, yeah. And I did the whole entire show.
The whole hour? You was Facebook
Oh,
Live?
They did
Is
an
that what
extra-
that was? Well, I didn't get
Found.
notified till later.
Wow.
But a lot of them mainly I posted on Facebook because they don't actually get to see it. I mean, they will watch it later on. A lot of them's on Ed's show on Tuesday night. So
Right.
I basically, and I told them, I said, hey, I do my segment Sunday on Curse of Oak Island, and we'll be talking about it. And I said, you know, the ones that are in the chat room, if I leave something out, I said you can jump in there or call in, and you know, and
yeah,
just
I just seen it after you were done because I was, like I said, I was listening to Ed's show, and then I actually watched Oak Island at the same time for once, and and I was like, why did I watch it?
Why was it that bad?
No,
it wasn't bad, but it was like, you know, wah 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 is what I felt like.
Okay.
That's what I felt like. I thought when they punched through, Dennis, they're going to be, you know, this is it.
But this season they hit it big, and they said that at the beginning. It's not like they find a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's
they actually hit.
Right, it's like we missed it by that much. You know, we got to move over a few feet or something. It's like, oh, really?
10 feet, I think, 10, 15
like
feet.
That. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like, this is crazy. I thought for sure last night. Nope. So I'm like, okay.
But I think what's really going to put it over the top is because they named it after Craig Tester's son, the 16-year-old son that passed away.
Yeah, that was nice.
JT, I think, is what they're called.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, I actually watched that and listened to Ed's show at the same time. It was like, wow. Multitasking, for sure. So it can be done. You can listen to our show and watch what not to wear or something. I don't know, but
yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of minors out there watching that.
You know, it's pretty cool. I had like 50.
Mercy.
57, I think. I had them live, and they were loving it. I mean, it just kept gaining and gaining and gaining, and I wasn't losing. I kept gaining, and
awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people loving it. So,
and actually tonight we did a real quick promo before the show. I said, hey, I'm going to jump on and just remind people that we're going live in 45 minutes to stop.
I just missed it, too.
Stop on by. And then I seen Dennis, so I added him to it. So we both would be there to tell him that, come on by, check out the show. We're going live in 45 minutes. And you can get the app on your phone and listen to us. You can come over to Prospector Radio and listen to us. Gold Prospector Space, whatever. So
yeah, it's a good thing you did that. I like that. I like the way you did that.
I just figured.
Well,
why
can
not?
all you just have one more person, or can you do a group?
I think you can only add one. It looked like
one for now, but hopefully they'll do more. You'll be able to add a lot more.
Yeah, it'll be good when you can.
Yeah,
because then it'd be like can add you, Kathleen, or Dennis and Shad, or Scott.
Some pre-show shenanigans.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah. Pre-show to the show.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
So yeah, it was like, why not? I'll just go ahead and do that and be done. Just kind of quick reminder. Might start doing that every week before the show. Just to let people know we're getting ready to go live, and come on over and give us a listen. You'll be glad.
Yeah, I haven't been watching any of this stuff really.
No. Well, you're at work too, so it's rougher for you.
Yeah.
Definitely harder. And then, before I forget, I just wanted to say something that I know there's a lot of people have different feelings about pay dirts and stuff. I know some people like pay dirt, some people hate pay dirt, but pay dirt's a business like anything else out there. These guys sell pay dirt to make a living. Some of them, it's their business. And any of our pay dirt sponsors on our site, I Pay 'em for Gold, Jimbo's, Dirt Hog, we stand behind them 100%. We know their product. We know the guys personally. Jimbo's a good friend of ours. Michael, Dirt Hog, we know them. And we stand behind their products 100%. So if you're looking for a reputable dirt, you don't need to look no further. Just check out one of our sponsors. We stand behind them 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And just remember, it's a business. It's just like anything else. You're not going to pay the price for a gram of gold and get a gram of gold. It's going to cost extra. They got to pack stuff up. They got to ship it. They got to get it. You're going to pay a little extra. That's the game. So make your own decisions.
Value.
Yeah, you make your own decisions if you buy it or not, but you know, it's a business.
Oh,
And
I
some
could
people
buy
like
it.
you know?
Yeah, I could buy it cheaper than what it cost me to actually
You can.
physically go out and
I
get
can
it.
too, right? But
Oh yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
We spend more
hours
money
of
going to get
gas.
it.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
but still, I buy it. I love it. It's like, I know it's costing me. I'm not getting the same amount of gold that I paid, you know, that price for. No, but I'm getting that pleasure that I get when I go through it. That I love. It's like, God, why can't I get pans like this in the creek? You know, I'd be the happiest
And
man in the
sometimes it's just,
world.
you know, therapy.
It is.
Gold therapy.
Yeah, but
Like-
look what you get
fish.
for not working.
I know.
Just
It's-
like
it's-
fishing. I had one of the guys at work was, how much you got in this? How much you got in this? And was, you know, kind of giving me a hard time on finding the gold. And went, whoa, wait a minute. I said, now, you could go buy fish out of the store a lot cheaper. I said, how much was your bass boat? How much was your fishing pole? Your
Yeah.
tackle? So I kind of made my point there.
Right.
I said, same thing.
It is. And, you know, like a couple weeks ago, I got a bag of dirt hog. And I was seeing Kathleen was posting pictures. She's doing cleanup. I think you was doing something, Dennis. Or I'm like, I'm going to go through my bag of dirt hog.
There you
And boy, oh boy, that made my day. I was like, boy, I'm glad I got this.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah, I
Felt
can honestly
great.
say, I can tell anybody if you go and look at my videos, I made a video and it says I reviewed one of Jimbo's pay dirt bags,
Mhm.
so you can see what's in it, what I got out
I
of it.
mean, that's why I say we stand behind them 100%. All of our sponsors that sell pay dirt on the site, they are, you get your money's worth. You do. And customer satisfaction, these guys are just awesome. So, you know, if you're looking, don't look no further. Check them out. And, you know, I just wanted to say that because, you know, I've seen some things and it's bothered me. And I'm like, you know, that's just not right. So I know what we have on our site. I wouldn't let a bad pay dirt distributor advertise with us for no amount of money because it ain't worth it to us, to our reputation. So
One thing to say on that, if there is an issue or you feel that something is wrong, please contact them.
heck yeah.
So don't blast them because everybody makes mistakes. Something could have happened.
Yeah.
At least give them a chance. Contact them and say, this is what happened. This is what I got. Is this normal?
Yep.
And then you can go from there. But you don't know until they don't know something's wrong unless you let them know.
Dude, one time
Basically what I'm trying to say.
I remember
Yep.
Rich, when I first started prospecting and stuff, I bought a bag of pay dirt off of eBay, right? I swear to God, Shad. I think it cost me like $30.
I did it too.
And dude, there wasn't one speck of gold in it. It was just dirt.
Oh
I
wait,
was
you
like,
got
well,
those uncertain
I'm
cons, didn't you?
well, did I not pan it correctly? Am I that sucky at panning? And then I'm like, no, nobody's that bad at panning. You know, the gold's heavy. It's going to be there in the bottom, at least one piece. Zero, nothing. But you know what? I said, I took the chance. I knew, you know, like Scott said, it was unsearched, whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, lesson learned. And that's why I am the way I am about our sponsors on the site today, that we will only have the best pay dirt, you know, people there are. That's why. Lesson learned. And they got you too, Shad, huh?
Oh yeah, they did.
No, I've been-
When we first started.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I threw it away. I didn't tell you.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna make fun of you.
Would you?
Why? What's your Christmas present?
See, I didn't tell Christy either, because she would have killed me. She would have said, you spent that money on a bag of useless dirt? I was like, well, yeah, I guess I did. So, nope, never
I've
told
done
her.
the same thing.
No. So that's what I mean. It's just something I just wanted to say and, you know, just needed to say, I think. So, I
I
feel
guess you
better.
would call that gold, you know, internet gold prospecting.
Pretty much.
When you sometimes come empty-handed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, we call them garage miners.
The only thing was I didn't have to spend no gas money to come home empty-handed. I just did it at home. It came in the mail.
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of them things. It's like, I was just starting out, so I wanted to have some dirt with gold in it for sure. And boy, did I learn. Never again. Now I know who to get it from. The best. Yep. All right. So I'm done off of my soapbox now, I guess. So on that note, I'm turning it over to Kathleen now. I want to hear some dredging up the news.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Hello, everyone. It's January 24th, 2018. And, I got to say, I messed up last week and called it July. And when I was typing it up, for the news, I saved the file as December 24th. Mm-hmm. I just don't really like the month of January, evidently.
Evidently, you're trying to blank it out.
Subconsciously, it's just blanked out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's good to be here. Got some stories tonight. I'll start off with one. This was out there. Shannon Poe, actually from AMRA, actually posted this a couple days ago. It was commenting on an article that I'm going to cover here in a sec. But basically, the ultimate message is clear. Our voices do matter. The article he was commenting upon came from the Free Range Report. It's in the wake of the Trump administration's announcement to reduce the amount of land that was designated for the national monuments. Well, this was a long process, and it did require folks to visit the areas in question. They conducted all these studies. They took comments from the public about what should be done. Mm-hmm. So they did weigh it from all sides instead of dictating it, like you should. And the point of the article was that public commentary period is a very important time and is required by federal law. So instead of all these crazy tactics that are going on with the environmentalist groups that are pulling together and doing all their PR campaigns, they do crazy things like the clone messages. He was mentioned in the article. These things that they do gives the illusion that they're supporting this 11th hour massive land grab that the Obama administration did. Mm-hmm. So your voice is important and it's very powerful. And the article in Shannon encourage you to give your input, okay, especially when there are announcements of any public comment periods. Get involved. Definitely.
Okay, definitely.
All right. So gold prices edging up after some factors, one being evidently our U.S. government shut down. So we had a government shutdown?
Yeah, I heard.
That's how busy I am.
I heard something about that.
Like, oh yeah. Well, anyway, it was shut down due to a funding impasse, right? Mm-hmm. Funding for federal agencies ran out at midnight on Friday and was not renewed due to the dispute that was going on between President Donald Trump and the Democrats over immigration. And I guess Republican and Democratic leaders of the U.S. Senate, they held talks on Sunday seeking to break the impasse, and it kept the U.S. government shut down for 2 days. So that was another factor, and the gold demand in China increased as retailers stocked up because of the Chinese New Year. And that's actually next month. They celebrate theirs at different times, I guess, depending on, I'm guessing astrology, but I don't know. But the Chinese New Year is next month, and I do believe it is the year of the dog. So
Woof.
Woof. Yeah. All right, well, Shad's got some gold prices.
Awesome. Okay.
I'll turn it over to him
have
for a
him
little
do
bit.
them now? Okay, go for it, Shad.
All right, your gold prices are surging today, up $15 to $1,356. It is a 1.5 year peak.
How much?
Really, you don't listen to me?
Yeah, I was listening, and
$13.56.
13.50. Okay.
Yeah, nice $15 jump there.
Yeah, that's not
all
bad
because
at all.
of a weaker dollar. So thank you.
Yes.
Government shutdown.
Government shutdown.
Gold.
So you also see silver has gone up 47 cents to $17.48. Platinum had a strong gain at $8 for a new price of $1,017. And palladium, trying to catch up to that gold price, went up $13 to $1,103.
Wow.
So I think I'm gonna go start mining for palladium. Too.
Yeah, but that's nice.
We
Everything's
keep
up.
talking about it. All right.
You know what? That's nice. Everything's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. That's awesome. You know? That is pretty cool. Thank you,
So,
Shad, for
thank
that
you.
little ray of sunshine.
Yep. Back to Kathleen.
Okay. I didn't know if you were done yet. So.
I'll go sit in the corner again.
Go back to your corner.
No, it kind of fit in with the last
It
story,
did,
I guess.
yeah.
So I thought that was a good segue, right?
Yes, it was. Thank you. Great job.
All right, so that brings us to global news. The Mining Association of Nova Scotia started a public dialogue about the government's parks and protected areas. The protected areas plan is harming the mining industry's ability to create jobs and have economic growth for the people of Nova Scotia. The protected areas overlap 5.5% of Nova Scotia's mineral deposits. The plans are blocking numerous potential projects. The warden of the municipality of the district of Guysborough, wow. Anyway, the warden believes that there's never been an economic development potential assessment of any of the properties protected or proposed for protection, and that they need to do a better job considering all economic factors before protecting the land. Secondly, protected areas are not always the beautiful places that they seem to expect out of these protected lands. I guess the government was rushed to finish this plan, and it was released that sites like clear cuts, logging roads, former mines, quarries, and pits, and pipelines were included in the plan. It even included a Second World War weapons range that is believed to contain unexploded munitions.
Oh, you know it is.
The Department of National Defense warns against even entering the area due to potential danger from unexploded bombs. But the site is still included in the protected areas plan.
I want to go visit.
Throw rocks.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So anyway, to help address the flaws of this plan, they are asking the government do a land swap. And they call it a land swap mechanism, that they want to allow a dialogue for mining and quarrying companies, by exceptional cases only, to swap small amounts of protected land for unprotected land. So, it's like a win-win, right? I guess this would make it possible for, the area to pursue some of the economic opportunities that are being blocked from these plans, and it would allow improvements of these protected areas by swapping out sites that probably shouldn't be in the plan, like that artillery range or whatever that you guys were talking about. For sites, they're hoping to better meet environmental goals, and the overall amount of protected land and its economical value would increase. So there you go. They're hoping for a compromise.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want the other land with the bombs on it.
No.
Yeah.
But you know how much money that would be when you find it?
It's live, dude.
Some, not all.
Not all.
World War II vintage surplus.
I don't know about that.
Boy. All right. In Uzbekistan, that's a country.
Where?
Uzbekistan.
I think she
Did
kind
we
of
lose her?
muted for a minute because we can't hear. Okay, Kathleen. That happens occasionally with her Skype. It was doing it last week to her.
I think they said they got
Gold miners
Skype.
managed
Oh,
to
there she is.
escape
Hey, Kathleen, we didn't hear a word of that.
I disappeared for a while.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
and
were
I was
off
just
the
talking
grid.
away. Where did they go?
You were off the grid.
You said, and you something stand.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it ended?
That's what
Yeah.
the last we heard.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I'll start over. I'm sorry. It's the Skype.
That's what I told him. It's the Skype.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, in Uzbekistan. You missed that. Yes, okay. There was a collapse on an abandoned gold mine.
Uh-huh.
It resulted in 1 death, and roughly 20 people are trapped underground still.
Oh,
so on
geez.
Thursday, around 30 illegal gold miners managed to escape after they cave-in. 20 couldn't make it back to the surface, and the mine actually used to be run by a state-owned mining company, but it was abandoned. And local people are still trying to rescue the miners, and the incident has not been reported to the police due to the illegal nature of the mining. So this is a big, illegal mining is like their only income, I guess, in this area that's highly unemployed. And this country is actually the world's 7th producer of uranium and 12th largest producer of gold. I didn't know that.
Oh.
So go and visit and make sure you check out Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and a whole bunch of other stands while you're at it.
And when you come back, you're going to be a glow in a stand.
What about Turkestan? That one too, Shad?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. We
Yes.
still hear
Can you hear me now? Okay.
I hear
All
you
right.
now.
So another story. This is about a hoard of Bronze Age jewelry that was unearthed in Cambria. And anyway, there was inquest this week. This actually was found back in April. Anyway. What? I don't know. I'm getting distracted.
Oh, okay. We understand.
Must be something shiny.
Yeah. Squirrel. Okay. So anyway, this hoard was found back in April. It was 3,000 year old. What is your? Oh my gosh!
Shad.
Leave the room.
It's Google Boy.
Anyway, the hoard containing 3 gold rings and a bracelet. It was found buried under a stone last April on a ridge in an undisclosed site in Urswick Barrow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they determined it to be a treasure, and the date is 1000 BC, which is really, really old. And they're saying that, this treasure is rare, and it's basically just 3 gold hair bands, I guess.
How could you be calling that a treasure? Well, I guess, whoever found it probably be a treasure to them.
Yeah.
But, when I think of a treasure, it's like hundreds of coins, some gold bars, some
gold.
jewels.
But
Made
it's
out of
gold.
gold.
Yeah, it's 3 gold headbands. That is.
Well, I think it's because of the area, and for that time frame to have gold in that area wasn't normal.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make
That's why it was
Yeah.
rare.
The plot
Yeah.
thickens. Yes.
So what you're saying is somebody brought it there from somewhere else.
The Spaniards.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. They
It
were
was
all
probably
over.
just
They were all
thrown
over.
away in the trash.
Yeah,
Well,
that might have been
8,000
trash.
years, it wasn't the Spaniards.
No.
Because Spain didn't really exist, so it was either
Aztecs?
the Celtics, the Gauls,
I have no idea.
who knows?
The Romans?
Germanics.
Yeah, but
It could. Well, no, the Romans didn't make it over there until 100 BC.
Oh.
oh man,
All right.
wow, interesting.
So there you have it.
Cool
There.
treasure though.
All right. So I guess the money will be divided between the landowner and the detectorist.
Huh, well, that's cool.
Ooh. All right. In South Africa, this I thought was kind of interesting, and it's just a short little blurb, but a Caterpillar solar microgrid, Caterpillar being like a company's name, right? Not real
Not the
caterpillars. Anyway, it's a solar panel.
Okay.
This is going to help power a gold mine. It's going to actually power a gold mine. So this grid will help offset the cost of running the mine's existing diesel-powered CAT generators. When it's done, they're hoping they'll have... And it really gets kind of technical here, so I don't know how much of it I'll
Do your best.
tell you. But anyway, it's going to have panels, these solar panels, covering about 14 hectares.
Oh, back to hectares again.
Hectares.
I was waiting.
I had to find something with hectares.
Dang it.
Yeah. So this grid is going to save them 3 million liters of heavy fuel oil. It's going to reduce operation by 3,170 hours, and it will save them nearly $2 million per year.
Wow, that's a big savings.
Yeah. Well, it's big enough. It should do a lot like that. Yeah.
When you're,
Right.
When you're saving millions, that's a savings.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Hectare,
Yeah. Hectares.
Hectares.
And these panels are guaranteed for 25 years, and they don't even think the mine will last that
Oh,
long.
well, dang.
Wow.
That's a smart
That's
decision.
Okay, so that leads me to my fun facts.
Uh-oh. Fun facts.
And there's
Okay, get my
I've got
bubble
quite a
music.
bit. It's just when I get to looking things up, I get really, really interested.
That's
and
cool.
just keep going.
That's what we like.
So anyway, as we know in Gold Rush history, it's a known fact that it attracted fortune seekers from everywhere, all walks of life.
Mhm.
And with that, when you have a lot of people from different walks of life coming together, you get the instances of the fraud and the driven by the greed. And we talked about this before about, gosh, gold does some crazy things to people.
Yeah.
The greed.
Yeah. So some of these stories were kind of interesting, and I'm going to start off with a quote
Okay.
from a well-known Gold Rush era writer, one of my favorite satirical writers, Mark Twain. It goes like this: "A mine is a hole in the ground owned by a liar." And kind of interesting, because when I tell you these stories, it kind of makes sense, right?
Okay. I'm with you.
So, they used to refer to the West as the Wild West, and it's for good reason. There was no shortage of con men and shysters out there.
Mm-hmm.
Unsuspecting greenhorns were the targets of these scams. And here are some of the ways that these people were bamboozled. I love that word, bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Well, one of the favorite methods used, and we talked a little bit about this, I think, a couple weeks ago, but it was called salting.
Right.
The seller would take ore from a productive mine and carefully scatter it about a non-productive property in hopes that they will sell the claim.
Mm-hmm.
Others would take a shotgun. They would load the charge with gold dust, and then they would blast the walls of the shaft where particles of gold... Oops, sorry about that.
Okay.
Particles of gold would stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
That would be a good way to salt something.
You
All
ain't
right,
kidding.
just shoot a shotgun shell out there. Poof.
Man.
Yeah.
I know, right? And as we all know, gold is malleable, and that's why I guess it would embed itself in the rock, and
Sure.
for the untrained eye, it would appear like the claim, had gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's messed up.
Isn't it though?
It is crazy.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Wait, there's a lot more. All right, sometimes the seller and the buyer would, trade rules in these scams. It's not always the seller.
Mm-hmm.
To combat against this trickery, the buyer would ask to have the walls blasted to see what was inside the rock, right?
Okay.
They're trying to
Sure. I want
To
to know
cover
what I'm
all their
buying.
bases.
Right. I want to know what I'm buying.
Well, to stay one step ahead, the seller would install gold into the headsticks of his dynamite.
Oh.
And when the charge went off, the interior would be salted.
Oh, that's
Genius.
sneaky.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, could
amazing.
you imagine
Diabolical.
Oh, it would look like a vein. I mean, dynamite would just, smear it on the outside edges of whatever it blew up. Oh, that's crazy.
They should have put that much thought into getting a job. Because, God,
Well, you know,
they're geniuses.
miners are resourceful people.
Oh, man.
And some crooked SOBs, too. Jeez.
I was.
No joke.
It's like, holy cow, who thinks of that stuff?
I know, right? Well, you know, eventually the buyers would wise up, and then they would just bring their own dynamite sticks.
All right. Bring your own dynamite.
Oh, it gets better.
What?
Oh, wait, it does?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
All right.
So smart buyers would catch on to these scams, you know, and they're like, hey, you know, maybe it's profitable. And they would also try to bring their own geologists. The buyers would.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it would be an entire town or community that would plot against the buyer since the economic stability of the region might depend on a successful sale.
Uh-huh. Wow. So the whole town's in on it.
Oh, it gets better. This one's kind of gross, actually. I think it's gross. Biochloride of gold, I guess it's a chemical liquid. There's gold in it. It was used for medicinal purposes back in the day to treat alcoholisms and any ailments suffered in the kidneys.
Okay.
Well, some con men would drink it, they'd let it pass through the body, and then they would, urinate and actually salt the cracks and crevices.
Literally.
Oh, come on.
The urine was, was mineralized.
You gotta be kidding me.
No!
I could see Swiftwater doing that, actually.
You're killing me.
I concur, Chad.
Dennis, I concur.
Oh, that's just gross.
Oh, that's just the funniest stuff I've ever heard. That's amazing. Oh my
I
God.
know.
And why were they doing this? The hell?
To sell
Just
them
you
out.
sell the gold.
They wanted to sell them an unproducing claim.
Yeah, to sell
Man,
a
that's-
hole in the ground.
But sometimes, that backfires, right?
Right?
One story of fraud occurred out west when owners of a worthless, the Ophir mine, it was on the Comstock cut. Anyway, they cut silver dollars in half, and then they would pound them until they were unrecognizable shapes and spread them throughout the mine shaft. So I'm guessing this would be like a silver mine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think the Comstock
Well,
was
shortly
silver.
after that,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, it's better. After that, the mine stock would just keep rising, and it just kept on rising. And one of the men who was suckered into buying it actually scrutinized his silver lumps that he had, and he realized he'd been bamboozled when he saw states of embedded
When he saw
lump of
Kennedy
silver.
on it.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
That's not as ingenious as the guy drinking that liquid
I know.
and
that-
peeing out
I don't
gold
think
dust.
I
nothing can beat
know.
I'm
that
sorry.
one. That's
That
the-
man deserves a medal.
He does.
A
That's
liquid, a can, what?
I know it's a scam, but my God, that's like amazing. You're gonna go through all of to be in the cracks
Oh.
to solve it.
I was just thinking the seller or the sellers, would get a hold of the dynamite beforehand or make it and have those people buy it or something,
Right.
but not drink liquid.
Right,
I
especially
know,
if the
but
whole
eat an
town's
ounce of
in,
gold. You can-
so you can pee it into the cracks. I've heard it all now.
Get that crack over there. Come on, Chip Bob.
The cracks and crevices.
Drink another
You
beer.
you could call that guy a miracle worker.
That is crazy, Kathleen.
Well, there's more stories if you want to hear them.
Keep rolling with it.
Okay. One salting episode. This took place during the California Gold Rush, of course, solid earth that they dug 6 feet deep, they removed it, and then they would mix it with coarse gold from another claim. They would replace the area and cover it with, well, trash. And so then the buyers would pick the trash-covered spot to check the claim because they would assume, hey, this is untouched. Look at all this garbage and trash, blah, blah, blah. And they'd start digging there, and they would find the gold, of course, and then they would buy the claim. That's one of the episodes.
Okay.
And here's another one. In 1851, a party of miners digging near Columbia were not finding any gold. However, the Chinese miners, only just a short distance away, they were finding gold. While hoping to sell their worthless claim to now the wealthy Chinese, the miners started plotting, and they approached the Chinese miners, and they decided that the Chinese miners would bring their own picks and shovels, and if satisfied, they would buy the claim.
Mm-hmm.
So these men decided their only hope was to salt the diggings because they really wanted to sell this.
Right.
So what they did was they killed a large gopher snake, and I don't know what that is.
That's going to be one of the big black ones they have out here that you'll see.
Yuck. Okay. Well, anyway, one of the miners, after they killed it, one of the miners put it in a bag, and evidently the miners were not supposed to be near the Chinese potential buyers while they inspected, to avoid crazy things like this. Mm-hmm. But they instructed one of the other guys to put the dead snake in their pocket and just slide him down the bank where the Chinese miners were heading to dig. And the next day, when the miners did arrive, and the snake was planted, one of the sellers opened fire with his shotgun, blasting into the ground. But he had one of those, shotgun shells that had the gold in it, right? And they would salt the ground.
Oh, so Windlers.
Yes, I know. So evidently, and this is a true story.
Excuse me.
They ended up buying the mine, the Chinese did. But they ended up going through the gold, or they did find gold, and it's really funny because the strangest part of the story is that the claim actually turned out to be one of the richest in the district, and the Chinese miners made a great deal of money.
Oh, well, good.
And they sold out and went home.
Good for them.
So that story had a little justice,
It had a little
right?
happy ending to it, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
But genius, again, them scoundrels.
So where do I get one of these shotgun shells at?
I reckon you pack your own.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, that was desperation back then, I guess,
Yeah.
I could just see them sitting around a fire plotting this.
Yeah.
These old,
You'd be amazed at what you do for that bottle of whiskey.
apparently.
No doubt, right?
Wow.
Back in those days, I could see it.
Right, exactly. You got to think it. Back in them days, it's like, wow.
I know. You know what's really bad, though, is when they give you a bottle of whiskey, you go, all right, give me a nickel.
Yeah. Amazing. That is awesome, though. I love it.
The old times.
Mm-hmm. Good old days.
All right.
Well, you
Got
know
more,
what?
Kathleen?
I can honestly say I still remember when a penny piece of candy used to cost a penny.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I walked into the store and I just dig change out of the seat cushions.
Uh-huh.
I go to the candy store.
I know, right? There was always change in the cushions. That was always funny.
Always.
Always. Got any
Back
more?
then, once upon a time, there used to be change.
Yeah. Well, back then, like I said, a quarter, we were like, jackpot, let's go.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I got too much candy when I was a kid. Now I'm 250-pound toothless prospect.
Well, I guess it's
I can't even eat candy.
No.
You should
Make sure you brush your teeth, it'll rot your teeth out. And I'm like, what do they know?
Oh, Dennis. Only
the
you,
stories I can
Dennis.
tell.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with you?
Alrighty. All right. Here's one. This one was a group of 5 Irishmen, and they
Okay.
were working in a mine. which they also owned stock in, and they decided to inflate the value of the stock by spreading a rumor that the mine had hit a rich vein of gold.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure this is illegal now, but the stock went up, and all 5 sold at a tremendous profit. Soon thereafter, the stock value fell, and it cost the owner a chunk of money. And it didn't take long for the owner to figure out what the 5 Irishmen had done, but he couldn't prove it. So he told them, he'd like them to stop by his office the next day and to swear on a holy Bible that they hadn't manipulated the stock market. and then, basically saying, oh, well, no Irish Catholic would dare place his hand on the holy Bible and lie. So the 3 swore they didn't do such a dishonest thing. The miners were given their job back and returned to the mine. One day, a few weeks later, the owner was in his library doing stuff, and I guess he was reaching for a book and actually knocked his Bible off the shelf. When it hit the floor, the cover fell off, and underneath was a Webster's dictionary. So, it seemed that those Irishmen were very clever and sneaked into his office the night before their testimony and insulted his Bible.
They get the award for going the extra step there. Yeah.
That's thinking ahead.
Way ahead,
right
yeah. Oh my God.
Because God forbid you don't tell the truth when you swear on the Bible.
Right. Wow. Good move. God, these guys. I love this.
And this stuff still goes on. Maybe not to that extent.
I love it. I think it's great.
Well, here's a recent story. I'll end. I'll close on this recent bamboozling story.
Okay. Darn.
I guess this happened 4 years ago.
Okay, that is recent.
Tuolumne County. Evidently, a longtime rancher in the area was sitting on his front porch when he suddenly noticed this big, huge, scary guy come speeding up the road, honking his horn and waving frantically. So the guy gets out of the car and he tells the rancher that he just bought a gold mine on the rancher's property off of eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Then, he goes down by the ravine and just camps there for about a week. Well, upon further examination, it turned out that the big, scary guy was telling the truth. He paid someone he had never met $45,000, which was his retirement plan, by the way.
Oh, my God.
For a gold mine that didn't exist.
Oh, my gosh.
He even sold his house, his business. He lived on the East Coast, and he had high hopes of, just retiring and digging for gold.
Oh, my God.
Oops.
Yes.
I hope you didn't give a 5-star review on eBay.
Well, the matter isn't still in litigation, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh,
that is rotten.
But somebody got a hold of this poor rancher's information because a few months later, and his wife came up the road with a truckload of mining tools and the deed that they purchased over the internet.
Oh, my God.
They cut the poor rancher's the lock on the gate and replaced it with their own. The poor guy. And they didn't stick around very long because, of course, there was no gold.
Wow.
The moral of the story, get rich schemes are just usually too good to be true.
And don't buy gold claims off of eBay.
Yes,
No.
and don't do that.
No. And it definitely, no, just
Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh man, we didn't know we lost you.
No, I think my Skype's going crazy.
It could be. It's Skype issue time
Oh,
of
man,
year.
yeah.
Dennis is
When
having
did you
problems.
fall off?
Well, he
About
just
3 or
missed the
4
story
times.
you were telling about Scott.
I fell off twice, actually.
Because
Man.
Scott was that man that lived in Indiana on the East Coast. And
And he bought this.
Do you want to hear the story, Scott, or I'll tell you later?
That's okay. Like I said, I went out and I was like, what the? Because my computer froze up and it said there was troubles. They got to restart. And I'm like, what is this? So I just went ahead and restarted everything, and right when I got back on with you guys, it did it again. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh man, it's just typical Scott. It's Skype. You know?
Yeah.
It made
That's all the stories I had.
Man, I love that.
That was entertaining.
That was hilarious. And sad, but funny, even true. And
Yeah, it's true. It's that stuff was going on, and we were just talking about that movie Gold, right? In the Briox scandal where they salted that mine in the jungle.
Yeah,
Right?
It still goes on
yeah.
in modern times.
Obviously.
Maybe not the pea and gold.
Well, I
but,
don't.
you know.
Yeah, I don't think that probably goes on. I don't know. Maybe it does.
It might. I mean, who would think to even think that somebody's
All right,
doing
if you're a
that?
listener, please don't do that and go to your creek and do that trying to make it a GPAA lease.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't get no ideas.
Uh,
We just tell the stories, right, Kathleen?
yeah, and I dredge them up and dish them out.
What you guys do with them is your own decisions. We just tell them here. That was
It's
awesome,
out
though.
there.
Yeah, that is.
That's all I can say.
I love that.
Gold Prospector Space does not condone any of the action that was talked about or mentioned on the show tonight.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on, where is that thing? We used to.
Hey, that
Here,
reminds
wait.
me.
The
Tim,
views and
when
opinions
Scott
on tonight's
typed it,
show are not.
What's that?
He with his radio voice.
Uh-huh.
On Sunday, I had heard a new little promo clip that you played, and I'm like, oh, that's different. I like it.
Wait, was it this one?
Play it. Yeah. That's the one.
That's the one. You like that one?
It's a little too long, though.
We'll play it all so everyone can hear it
Oh, yeah.
if they didn't hear it on
2
Sunday.
hours of information and commentary on the fascinating world of gold prospecting and treasure hunting.
That's catchy.
Yeah, it just buys us a little more time to
I'm
give
like,
us.
I'm dancing in my chair.
Yeah, it just gives us, a little more time for our break, and that's why it's
Right.
just a little
Yeah, I
longer.
like it. I really do.
Yeah, and then here, Scott.
True.
Here, Scott. We'll do
The
this.
views and opinions on tonight's show are not necessarily that of Prospectors Radio, Gold Prospector Space, or the host of the show. Please enjoy.
There you
I
go.
love it. I love it. It says, or the host of the show.
We are covered. We're covered.
Liability.
Yeah, so if you go peeing any gold out, we're covered. I love
Yeah,
that
as long as
segment.
we have that disclosure, we're okay,
That's
right? We
right.
can say
That's
whatever.
right. We are covered. Mercy, that was a great segment, Kathleen. Man, great
Thanks.
job. I love that one. That's the first I've heard half of those things. I've heard the
Yeah, me
shotgun
too.
one, but
I didn't even hear that one. I had no idea that one went on.
yeah, I've heard of them blasting the shotgun into the walls like that to pepper it with the gold, and because it gets in the cracks and crevices. But the peeing one took the cake.
That's original. I got to give it that.
It was.
Yeah. You see, I didn't know about the shotgun thing, so I would have probably been bamboozled.
Yep.
I could use that word
yeah.
again.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Now I'm going to be suspicious anytime I go out with somebody to check out a new area and I see them peeing.
yeah, yeah.
Be like, what are you doing over there?
And then all of a
Big
sudden,
right
there's
there.
gold in that crack.
Dang it, Jimbo, I know you're up for good.
Oh, man.
Oh, mercy. That is great. 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 I can't quit thinking about it now, though. Sorry.
It's fun. Those are fun to look up, and you know, I like doing the closer look that I have on Sundays once a month. I think we already did one for.
Did we do
January's.
January's?
Yeah, we're not due until February.
Okay. All right, cool.
So the Sunday after next.
Okay. Yeah, you just let your listeners know when you're going to do it. And they'll be tuned in and ready for it.
The first Sunday of February.
Okay. That sounds good. That will work. Rich, any ideas what you're doing on Cooley's Corner this week?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Too soon?
Yeah, I'll think of something.
All right. Dennis, you going to have some Oak Island information for us?
Oak Island,
Okay,
baby.
and
Oak Island. You gonna have any for us?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Sounds like a winner. More than found me a piece of wood. A piece of wood.
Well, you know what? I'm pretty impressed this year with it, what's been going on.
I was impressed with the leather that they found that deep. You know,
And another bone.
piece
Looked
of
like
bone. Yeah, it looked
part
like
of an elbow or
yeah,
something.
like that. Yeah.
Did they carbon date that stuff to know how old it was?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they actually oh gosh, one was a European bone dated back to the 14th century, or the 1400s, and the other one was from the Middle East, and it was like, oh gosh, they want to say around 1200.
Yeah.
there has to be
Something
good gold
from that.
there.
And yeah, and still had what was amazing on it, it still had like, because it was in the ground and everything, it still had like some of the flesh on it.
Ooh,
It was
Weird.
preserved.
like it was mummified.
Kind
Yeah,
of, sort of.
Yeah. They found, and this time, they're finding more pottery, they found another piece of a bone.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
looked like part of a joint, like an elbow
Oh, it
or
definitely
something.
was a joint, and then the leather that they found down there too. Bunch
Leather-
of pieces
leather
of leather like binding. So there's something there. Yeah.
What's really
What?
cool was at the end. You know, did you see the very end of it where they did all those little boreholes, the 3-inch boreholes?
yeah. And they showed
They-
that thing.
And
Yes.
they took this detector like thing. It's really high tech, and in each hole, and did like a 3D chart, and it's showing there is a lot of stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up metal, gold, silver, iron. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff down there, and they're right. I mean, they're right in the money pit.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Wow.
That's what's weird. It's pretty cool. There's something there. Just don't know what. Scott.
Yeah, well, I mean, or like I said, you go 200 feet deep, and you're you're pulling up human bones.
Right there.
And
Yeah.
history and
Like
stuff.
there's
So-
something down there.
Yeah, there's
Get the
something
excavators.
there.
Yeah. I
That's
want to know
crazy.
what's down there now. It's like they've been doing this for like 10 years. They said.
Yeah, they have, and I think what really puts because at the very end it got kind of sentimental, and Greg
Oh, yeah.
Tester, he's still part of Oak Island, but this is because his son JT passed away unexpectedly. This will be his last year there, because he hasn't had any time to grieve. And you could really tell. So, next year, hopefully he comes back. But I understand. I know what it's like to lose a son, just like you do, Tim.
Yeah.
You got to have that with his wife and his family. That grieving period. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We know what he's going through. It's rough.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I lost my firstborn son. He was 19. So it's really rough.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
It's crazy, brother, ain't it? But yeah. So
They're finding some good stuff, though. I mean, it really is worth watching this year.
What I thought was cool, Dennis. I won't tell him what it was, but the thing they found on Smith's Cove.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Now that was very interesting. So it's like
Okay, you can't have conversation where we have no
Spoiler alert,
talking
spoiler
about on air.
Mhm.
Well, I don't
That's
want
just
to
me.
tell him because
That means you have to stay tuned into Sunday.
right, because I figured Dennis is going to share it Sunday what they found there, so I didn't want to
Oh, yeah.
say what it was and ruin
And-
that.
Go spoiler alert.
Spoiler
They
alert.
found after that too. Remember, he went about 20, 30 feet. They was working up and down the
Yeah.
island. That other piece that he
That's
found.
right. See, so
So
be sure to tune in Sunday for all the Oak Island facts. See,
Was it on the same beach?
yes,
yeah.
Oh.
yeah, same spot.
Oh, dude, they're it's amazing. It's like I said, this year is actually worth watching. It's, of course, to me every year was, but for the ones that want to see the now,
Yeah,
this be the year that you would want to watch Oak Island.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because all them other years you were getting, like the name said, you was getting oak. Because that's all they was getting.
You're getting oak.
Oak. More
And
oak.
if anybody out there has any contacts with Oak
I
Island,
love it, a piece of wood.
I need an autographed picture.
You want what, Dennis?
An autographed picture from them guys. A lot of people say that, I'm their number one fan. I am their number one fan.
You might
He
be.
dreams of finding wood.
Uh-huh. Oak.
Shut
I
up,
was just saying,
Dad.
did they get the name Oak Island because there's oaks on the tree? Or oaks on the island?
I think there's oak buried everywhere, and they keep digging it up. So they call
That's
it
what I
Oak
thought.
Island.
I kind of knew how they felt on Saturday, or was it Sunday? We were out digging
Mm-hmm.
in the creek just to poke around and see if there's anything, and it wasn't. So we did find wood.
You found wood.
Yeah, big log.
Curse of Kathleen's Island.
Yeah.
Hey, was that,
Wouldn't it be
was that
funny,
when you
though,
was using
if
the
they
pocket
get all
saw?
the way down there to the bottom, right? And they've pulled all this really neat stuff out so far, but it was really just like this stone tablet that said, "Congratulations on making this far, but we took it all."
Yeah.
Have it-
Something like that. Oh.
Man, why you always got to do that, Shad?
I know, right? It would be. That would really. Yeah.
So if that happens,
I'm wondering what they're gonna
find
find.
that
I
cat.
don't know. I just
That
wonder.
makes me want to start a treasure lore and bury something funny like that.
Yeah. And then.
Well, if you remember, what was it, 3 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago? They took like a pipe and everybody put, something in it. Like one put like
Time
a little
capsule. Yeah, time capsule.
Yeah, time capsule.
We have one buried. We have one in our house.
Oh, cool.
We did one
Cool.
when we redid the kitchen.
That's cool.
Crazy.
We should do one. All of us should put one together.
Yeah,
And bury it
hey,
somewhere.
that's-
That'd be cool. Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it. Let's make a time
The
capsule.
Gold Prospector Space Time Capsule.
Yep, let's do it. That's a good idea. And anybody that wants to send something, they can send it. We'll put it in there. We'll make
And
it.
there may or may not be anything
You know what?
of value.
You know what, Kim?
What's
I
that?
think if people wanted to get in on that, they should send a letter
Mm-hmm.
and say what they want to say and where they were at that time and
Oh,
put it in
yeah.
there. A letter, you could put a lot of papers together. And,
Yeah,
and
you
fold them
could.
and-
That'd be cool,
you know.
wouldn't it?
Mhm.
That is a good idea. And we could shoot a video, and we don't have to put.
Right.
We don't have to say where.
No, we can't put the location or nothing.
No,
Yeah.
we can show us, burying it. Of course, we'll put since Shad's really good at digging ponds.
Uh huh. Yeah, Shad could dig the hole.
That's messed up.
Have we thought any more about our Pimp My Dredge contest?
Hey, that's a good idea. Who come up with that?
I don't remember.
We were
I think
talking
it was because
about
of
it on
Rich.
Sunday.
It was because of Rich is why we were doing it. Because
It's like, you
I
definitely
drank.
know something about Pimp My Dredge.
yeah, because he
I,
pimped his.
I
dredge
didn't
out.
bring it up or anything yet.
No, but
Oh,
that was the
Pimp My
reason
Dredge,
why we
okay.
we said we think we'll start a contest. So
Well, I tell
No,
you
I
what,
see that, man.
they'd have
It's
to get it
cool.
looking better than what Rich, because right now Rich would win hands down.
oh yeah, Rich.
Oh, no, I
Yeah.
But he can't
He's
win.
a
But he
judge.
would
Maybe we
win.
shouldn't.
win.
Maybe we shouldn't use the P word.
No, okay,
'cause Some
okay,
people might get offended.
okay,
Crony up my dredge.
okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Cronify. I don't know.
Cronify.
My dredge. Okay,
you
there you go.
Truck my dredge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, or trick my dredge. Okay, I like that. That'll work.
What was it?
What was it?
What'd you say? Trick my dredge, Rich?
I said trick. What did
Yeah,
she
that'd
say?
be.
No, you can't use tricky.
Oh, okay.
You're not allowed.
That's not politically correct either. Dang it.
I work
Well,
in a
they've got a TV show called
politically
Pimp My
correct
Ride.
environment.
Yeah, they did
If you
have
can't
that
use the
show.
word pimp, you can't have a trick.
They did say they have that show, Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, that was back when you could do stuff
Yeah.
like
All
that.
right, so I guess we'll have to say
Oh my God!
crony my
We're land of the free, remember?
crony my dredge. All right.
We just got another Schumer shutdown from Kathleen.
Do you want? You can always do my pretty high banker.
Yeah. So, crony my
Beautify your
dredge.
dredge.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Gold Prospector Space.
I say we. I think we're gonna do it. It's a definite go. So.
Yeah, once we think of a politically correct title.
Yeah.
Why don't you just call Crony my dredge?
Crony my dredge. Yeah. Crony
Hey,
eyes.
Crony up.
Tim, I think we had someone trying to call in.
Oh, I can't answer it because Scott's on that line.
Oh, okay.
Because he got kicked. So
Yeah,
he just-
my computer got kicked out.
Yeah, so he called.
Hey, how about dress up my dredge?
That sounds.
Eh,
I can't use the word.
how about...
We'll think of something.
Well, Bob said spoof my dredge.
Oh, that's pretty good. Spoof my
That-
dredge. Spiffy up my
Yeah.
dredge.
Spiffy it up.
Spiffy.
Spiffy my dredge.
I mean, we could always use bedazzled, but that's kind of girly.
Make
Okay.
a dredge great again.
Make a dredge great again.
Ah, crap.
I like that one, yeah.
What could we
Make
call it?
dredging great again.
Yes.
Make a dredge great again.
Yeah.
Slick my sluice.
Oh, that's just funny.
Oh, that don't even sound right.
People are getting creative. Okay, maybe we should get some input on what we should call this. And
Yep. We want the listeners to decide what to call it.
I do like make a dredge great again. I'm going to vote for that one.
Okay.
So chalk one up for that.
Hey, Dennis Dayton,
What?
I'm back in the call, so have your caller call back in.
I just sent him a message. I saw you pop back in,
All right,
and I said,
here's your caller, Dennis. All right, hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Troy Johnson.
Hey,
Ohio.
Troy. How are you tonight?
Troy.
Fighting the internet.
Fighting the internet, huh?
You too.
Yeah.
I think a couple of yous are. Scott is too,
Yeah, we're all losing.
Yeah.
Me too.
and Kathleen.
About ready to just get the gun out and shoot it.
So what's going on tonight?
Oh, man. Been dreaming of gold.
Yeah, buddy. I think we all are. And-
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I've been
you
in
guys are
talks
having
with
a
Troy
blast.
about. Go ahead, Troy.
I say, sound like you guys are having a blast over there.
Seems
Yeah,
like
I
it.
was just going to let them know that me and you've been in talks about getting the trommel over to Ohio and putting it to work.
Really?
Yeah, I got quite a stockpile over here, and she got some good stuff in her.
Oh, so that's what you two been up to.
Well, I've had this stockpiled for quite a long time.
Oh, okay. And
So,
so you guys want to share this plan, or are you going to share it with us later?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
well, I think we'll go through it and we'll share later.
Okay, that sounds like a
Okay.
plan, Troy.
Alrighty.
You going to try to run it in all 1 week?
We might be able to. There's quite a bit, and I've got about 4 to 6 tons more of it I got to go get.
Holy cow!
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah, he's been getting some material there. I don't know exactly where he's getting it from, but
Uh-huh.
he's got a big stockpile, and he has a big stockpile, and I have a trommel.
Oh, I got you. Okay, now I see the
See
connection.
how that works?
I see the connection now.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know where he's getting it from. I mean, I know where the material's coming from, but the exact location, I have no idea.
Okay,
It is all Ohio gold, though.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's all Ohio, and he brought some to the what event was that at the Swank last year?
It was Gold Rush, wasn't it?
Was it Gold Rush? Was it Gold
I
Rush
think
Day?
it was the Gold Rush days.
Yeah, and we were
Well,
running
whatever.
some of that material. When, remember Kathleen when we were set up there?
Was it Gold Rush Days?
Was it no? I think it was before Gold Rush, wasn't it? 'Cause
Classic, maybe?
I thought you guys was at Gold Rush days at the Swank, is what I think I remember.
Well,
It was Gold
Swank.
Rush.
The
It was Gold
Faucets
Rush
at the
because I
Swank,
gave away
too.
about 8 buckets.
Oh, okay.
And he brought some of this material where he was getting it from, and that's when we started talking. So after I got my trommel out and put it in my man cave, and we're, I'm like, oh, I got to get it back out of there now.
Ah, so when are you two planning on doing this? Any ideas?
Don't know exactly for sure, but I know it's going to need to be really soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As soon as weather breaks, maybe.
As soon as the weather breaks.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, man, let us know, guys, how that turns out. I think that's pretty cool. You bring the trommel, I'll bring the dirt.
You guys could always
Oh,
be
yeah.
like them old guys and just steam the ground.
Oh, it's not frozen, is it?
The dirt is usable right now.
Okay, cool. Good. Way to go. Sounds
Would
like
be sweet.
Sounds
It'd be
like
sweet
you
to
guys,
have a monitor.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys got a plan.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very cool, Dennis and Troy. Man,
Have trauma, will travel.
that's right.
No doubt,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
How big's your trommel, Dennis?
It's the Summit trommel. It's the biggest one they make, so it's like it stands over 3 foot tall, and it's like 7 foot long or something.
Okay.
It's pretty good size.
All right.
Is that you got about a 16-inch barrel?
Yeah, it's the biggest one they make. It's
Right,
it's the
right.
big one.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, fellas. Can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah. We'll let you know what we get.
All right, Troy. Cool. Thanks, brother. Thanks for calling in tonight.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
All right.
See you later.
All right. Have a good night, Troy. Bye, buddy.
Talk
All right,
to you,
later.
Troy.
Awesome. All right.
So there's plans in the works.
Plans in the works
Yeah.
for trommel and some dirt. Pretty cool. All right, so everybody needs to think about this name of this dressing up your dredge contest, and we'll figure out something to give away for it. And I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's 10:30. Me and Kathleen got to get up at 5 in the morning, not like Dennis. We don't have to get up as early as we do. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and we hope you have a great rest of the week. Be sure to tune in Sunday night. Come and hang out with us. We'll be here 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. Until then, have a great week. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Go
Good night.
Tigers.
And 1 second, and good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.